didn't like me giving you shit for content.
I know, Chris, I know.
Every like Dumbledore needs their Voldemort, you know?
If it weren't for you, I'd take every shortcut in the book. Chris is not the problem, everyone. Chris is the solution. Ooh. Hey everyone, I'm Claire. We are in the BA Test Kitchen, and today we are making Gourmet Peeps. My one and only thought about Peeps is that they're my mom's absolute favorite candy, which I know I said that Twizzlers was her favorite, but I truly think it's Peeps.
I love the texture of Twizzlers. It's soft and it's creamy, and at the same time it's sugary and it's delicious.
She's the only person I know in the entire world who loves these like weird like marshmallow blobs. The original is chick-shaped. It's a weird thing to say. This was originally like an Easter thing. They're little chicks, but I know they make all different shapes and colors. All right, I am a little bit congested, so I have very little sense of taste right now. Not that I think it matters. Probably better off. I can't taste anything, but I can like feel my teeth like, tingling from the sugar. There's a lot of different flavors in addition to different shapes and colors. Root beer float. I get nothing. Peeps Delights, coconut. Can't taste it all. This is pink. There's a fruit punch, party cake. I'm not gonna even try blue raspberry. They all kind of taste the same to me. And I think that the flavoring is just in the sugar on the outside. We usually take the classic route, so we're just going to go for the original Peeps in the chick shape, which is not flavored. So they come out of the sleeve all stuck together, but you can see that in between there's white marshmallow. So I think that they're all piped in a row, touching, and then coated in the sugar. So they're like a pull apart, you know? They do sort of like an accordion thing. They do have like a very pleasing pillowy texture, I'll say that. They're supposed to look like little chicks. And the only thing that's chick-like is the beak right here. 2 little tiny dots made of God knows what. It's obviously a sugar coating. It strikes me as a very, very fine sugar, finer than your standard granulated sugar. The color is perfectly uniform. That I think is actually gonna be a little bit challenging. Like it's in every tiny nook and cranny. There's no white on the outside at all. They're piped starting here, and then it's all one motion. The last motion is the little flick to make the beak. Wait, Chris, do you wanna come on over and try?
It's so sweet and there's nothing happening.
Yeah.
So it's weird to me that they haven't put like vanilla or like anything that could just be an obvious like,
right.
Oh, this is a food, you probably want to eat it.
Right.
Maybe it's like freeze-dried fruit kind of situation.
Ooh, that's
you know,
a good idea.
The thing that like makes me nervous as like a non-piping expert, that it's always extended, it's never touching, and like perfect point, a perfect
True.
V point.
I hate to
Okay,
say
that
it, but
was-
I like them.
You like it? Oh my God.
I wish they tasted more, less fake.
If you just food processed granulated sugar, does it make sanding sugar?
Yes, I think that I feel like this is finer than standard granulated. I'll probably blitz it.
It looks like that fine
to get like
sugar.
a super fine, yeah.
That'd be fun with some like citrus flavors. Or,
yeah. You could dehydrate some stuff, use some freeze-dried fruit. Come back at the end of the day. It might have some actual marshmallows.
Keep on peeping on.
Do they like spring? Is it like a
Oh
marshmallow?
yeah, it's marshmallow.
Okay, it's just regular. Okay.
Do you want to take a package up to your desk?
No.
But I think that if you are someone that likes Peeps, it's like you know that they're gross and you like them anyway.
I don't
So
want
it's
to
like,
peep
it's not-
shame anyone.
Right. Now, I've been putting it off long enough. Time for the best part, reading the ingredients. Sugar, corn syrup, gelatin. Contains less than 0.5% of the following ingredients. Potassium sorbate, a preservative, natural flavors, yellow number 5, blue number 1, carnauba wax. That's it. So there's 3 primary ingredients. Sugar, corn syrup, gelatin. It's what we thought all along, no difference in flavor between the colors at all. I think we have a lot of freedom to like play around and innovate. There's 2 primary ways of making marshmallow. One is the Peeps way, which is corn syrup based, or there is the traditional way, which is using an egg white. Obviously, I'm gonna go the traditional route. You get better flavor overall. So I wanna do more research about the marshmallow, which is a plant, a mallow that grows in a marsh. It's often like in teas. Yeah, look. It's a perennial species indigenous to Europe, Western Asia, and North Africa. A confection made from the root of the marshmallow, since ancient Egyptian times evolved into today's marshmallow treat. We're gonna use marshmallow root extract.
Wait,
to
what?
flavor them. You know, like the marshmallow plant.
Whoa, marshmallow is a plant?
Yeah.
Marshmallow.
Yeah, exactly. It's a mallow that grows in the marsh.
Right.
Let's do some YouTubing.
Just Google YouTube.
Yes.
Within moments of being hatched, they're coated with sugar.
When they're deposited, they're already covered in sugar,
They're piped onto the sugar, which is in like a thick layer.
but then they go through sugar showers so the rest of their bodies get covered in the colorful sugar that's running that day.
They start with the 5 main ingredients, which are sugar, corn syrup, gelatin, air, and love.
Peeps that
My game plan is to whip up a batch of marshmallow so that I can practice the piping, because that's, I think, the most challenging part of this, is trying to really perfect that shape and that motion. Right now I just want to focus on the marshmallow mixture and the shape of the peeps. You know, I think I got this. Here's what I'll do. I dissolve 1 envelope powdered gelatin in cold water. Gelatin has to soften before it can be dissolved. I like to put the whole mixture in the fridge to keep it cold. It usually takes about 10 minutes or so to soften. All right, now I'm gonna set up my egg whites. I'm gonna start whipping my eggs. I want them at just very, very soft peaks before I add the syrup. On the stove, bring together sugar, water, corn syrup up to a boil, then stream it into the bowl of the stand mixer until it cools down a bit. I dissolve the gelatin over the stove. You have to really make sure that there's no granules in there. Otherwise, not only will your marshmallows be grainy, but then they won't set. I also don't want to boil it though, because if you boil gelatin, it will basically kill the setting power. And beat that in, whip the whole thing. Add in now my vanilla, transfer it to my piping bag. I have to work with a decent speed because the longer this mixture sits, the more it'll set, and then I don't get that nice peak off the end of the piping bag. Time to attempt the peep. It's not the worst first attempt. Okay, I need a stiffer meringue. You know, but I feel like the shape is maybe not terrible. What I have to do is, I think, draw myself some guides, sort of make a grid of lines to stay in. They're just kind of like amorphous blobs. Like when I do this, the peak should hold its shape rather than flop over like that. It needs different kind of mixing, better mixing. I think I will try dissolving the gelatin directly into the sugar mixture and trying to get a much stiffer marshmallow mixture in the end. That's the goal for batch 2. So using that guy as my guide, like I think the texture of this marshmallow mixture is actually really nice. So I'm actually like sort of happy about it. Right, a little better, I think. Right? They look cute. Anyone? I feel like these look pretty good.
Those look beautiful.
They're cute, right? Chris, did you even see this?
I saw. It looks good. You really got some points.
Yeah,
You know?
they peaked.
Literally peaked.
Yeah, I peaked. That's enough. Great first test. These have to set. We got to pick this back up another day. But I feel really encouraged by these initial tests. Good texture, really nice volume. Not that hard to make a peep, I guess. So hopefully, day 2, we're gonna wrap this up. All right, it's day 2 of peeps. The first thing I want to do before I tackle the sugar component, because I think that's kind of next steps, I just want to check on the batch that I made last week. Overall, I went home feeling pretty pleased with the progress from day 1. There's one thing that I see that is not ideal, which is there's some pretty big air bubbles that have popped. That tells me that the egg whites were whipped a little bit too much before I started adding the syrup. Next time I need like a denser foam. My right ear is super clogged, and when I angle my head back and over, it unclogs. I'm on the mend. I'm not contagious, but I'm just still pretty congested because I was sick last week. The next step will be preparing the sugars and those flavorings. But first, I'm going to use some store-bought sanding sugar just to coat the peeps so I can evaluate like how the texture when I eat them. I'm gonna grind this sugar a bit finer. Maybe a spice grinder would work better. Maybe a little too fine. I basically just made powdered sugar. Good to know. So now I'm gonna just sift this over the Peeps. I can understand why the Peeps get the sugar sprayed on because, you know, it has to kind of hit it in all 3 dimensions, and I'm really just getting it from one angle, the very top. I have a little sense of taste. Pretty good. I'm pretty happy with them. It already tastes better than the original. See the big air bubbles? So I need
Did those develop after?
I think they popped after as they set.
Yeah, really like mild, pretty neutral, but there is just like a touch of that vanilla in there. It almost like fizzes in your mouth.
Yeah, right.
You could do like a Peep Pop Rock collaboration.
No, don't say
or something.
Pop Rocks. I don't want to do Pop
Why?
Rocks.
Why? Why can't we do Pop Rocks? Write in and tell her how much you want to do Pop Rocks.
Please don't. Here's my basic plan for flavors and colors. I have some freeze-dried raspberries, which are bright pink. For the purple Peeps, we have food-grade lavender. Then for green, we have matcha. And then for yellow, we have ground turmeric, which does not have a lot of flavor on its own. So I think that I'm gonna use turmeric for added color and then actually do some lemon zest that I'll dehydrate and grind.
What is that?
It's a piece of garlic. Gabby said, and this is a Brad thing too, if you stick a little garlic in your ear, it'll pop. But I feel like it already, I had it for 1 second and it already kind of did it. All right, we're gonna go with it.
Did you leave it in there?
I think so, yeah. So I'm gonna zest these, hopefully 3 lemons is enough, and then I'll dehydrate it, grind it. It didn't help. I think I'm done with the garlic. Okay, I don't have to do anything to the green tea or the turmeric, so now I'm gonna just start milling a bunch of sugar to get it to the right coarseness. Actually, that looks good. Like, it's definitely finer than granulated, but it hasn't become like confectioner's sugar. Color and flavor go together and should come from the same source, so I'm not too worried about like adding other flavors and ingredients. Purple yam, beet powder, cornflower petals, and hibiscus, because I think overall it'll be more of a hint than anything. I'm gonna start grinding and combining all of these. I think it looks pretty. The lavender or purple. It helps a lot to have that raspberry in there. I mean, the rose is more of like a scent than a flavor. There's some like brightness and acidity. This is pink, a shade of pink. Kind of like Fun Dip, remember those? I'm excited to see how these taste on the marshmallow. Before I make my full batch of marshmallow, I'm gonna prep my pans and I'm going to make the lines as guides. So this is to prevent lots of sticking. I'm gonna brush away the top of the sugar. I'll have just maybe a centimeter of space where I can anchor the Peep. I have an important question. My ear is really clogged.
Oh, well, this is what you do.
I already put garlic in it. It did not work.
You did do that? Did you heat it?
No.
Oh.
You heat it?
Yeah. Today on Brad Fixes Claire. Boom, 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 right in there.
Ooh, it is hot.
Yeah, yeah, that feels good. No pain, no gain, Claire.
Ooh.
And then do some popping.
Like,
no, that'd probably make it worse. Nothing?
I think it's still clogged. It's still clogged.
Oh, that's misery.
All right, well, that was a useless break. It does burn a little bit. Okay, let's get back on track. Perfect little beat for the Peep. I have to work with some speed here because it will start to set if I wait too long, and if it starts to set, then I won't get the right shape. Ah! Oh God. Nervous, I got it. Whew, all right, that felt really stressful, but I did it. So next I'm going to dust everything with their respective sugars. I'm tossing it at it to try to get it underneath and on top and in between. You know, they are pretty sticky, so I shouldn't have any issues with the sugar adhering. They look good. I'm gonna get these under some plastic. We'll come back tomorrow, hopefully for like wrap up finishing touches. And I feel pretty good. It's day 3, but I really feel like today is gonna be a wrap-up day. I feel really good about what we did yesterday, and so today is gonna be like finishing touches, put the little eyes on. So I wanna take a look at how they fared overnight and see how the Peeps have set. Oh, ooh, okay. Wow, we have some problems. We've hit a snag. I was sort of thinking to myself, I'll show you in a second, but I was just thinking to myself as I was coating them last night, it was like, oh, usually I wait until after they've set to coat them in sugar. But I was like, it'll be fine. It doesn't seem like it was fine. You can see the liquid, that's sugar dissolved in the moisture that was drawn out of the marshmallow. I'm gonna have to start over. which I was not anticipating. Egg whites are mostly water. Sugar is hydroscopic and it pulled the water out of the egg whites. Okay, like I guess this was a useful step. I learned something, whatever. Sucks. Oh, but I'm gonna taste one first though. The turmeric is like weirdly the first thing you taste. Certainly unexpected from a peep. I actually think it has good balance between the raspberry and the rose. Sorry, little chicks. It's actually like very neutral with a little lavender. I kind of like it. I actually think this would be improved. I think actually all of them would be improved with a little bit of citric acid to add just acidity, just some balance. This is matcha. I feel like green tea is also very normal flavor. Matcha. Now it's like a thing.
We have to get it done today.
Yeah, we'll get it done today. Pretty sure. I don't know. Here's my plan of attack. I'm gonna create my new set of guides on the parchment paper.
Oh, nice.
No,
Oh,
not nice.
Oh.
I had some issues overnight.
Little meltage?
Little weeping.
Little weeping?
Yeah.
Oh, the weeping peep.
Weeping peeps.
Sounds inappropriate.
Doesn't. I'm going to not start whipping the egg whites until I add the gelatin and start to dissolve it so that I don't over whip them again. The important thing now is to cover these, minimize their air exposure so that they can set, then we'll coat with sugar. Yellow just had like too pronounced turmeric flavor, so I have freeze-dried mango. Good. I think I'm gonna add a little citric acid. Purple, freeze-dried blueberries. But it's fruity with the lavender. I think good overall. It's been 2 hours since I piped the peeps. I'm gonna try and coat the ones we just made. All right, what was I worried about? They look great. It looks perfect. It looks very elaborate.
Elaborate?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a sophisticated machine.
Oh, you got to customize?
Yeah, customization.
Brad, you're fancy.
Fancy as hell. Ooh, nice.
Can I try?
No, you won't be able to. And I'd be very impressed if you could pull back 70 pounds.
Impressive.
Maybe I can. I don't do a lot of upper body
This
strength.
isn't the bow. The bow's almost as big as you, Claire.
Oh my God, it's really hard.
70 pounds.
70 pounds? I do it this way. Wow. I have a new appreciation for Brad's strength. All right, 25% are completed. I have my 2 rows of green tea peeps. I feel like this is so far the best version. The coverage is the best. The sugar looks super even. Now I want to just do that exact same process and then finish the rest of the colors. Oh God. I think they look so cute. I don't want them to get damaged, but I think if I'm gentle enough, I can turn them on their heads and they'll be okay. Even though it makes me a bit nervous. Their own weight doesn't really help them to peel off. Really? Everyone go away. I quit.
What's going on here?
I don't want to talk about it. Lost a little bit of their face. Sad. Do you think that we could do a beak transplant? Can I snip it off the other ones
Yes.
and stick it on? I'm performing a medical procedure.
What's happening? A beakectomy?
It's a beak transplant.
You're trying to get sharper points?
I lost some beaks.
Oh.
It's pretty good. No one will ever know. I inverted them, and I think that there wasn't enough coverage, and then they stuck.
Claire, that's next level though. Your dedication is admirable.
I don't think this is the same thing as dedication.
I think it is the same thing as dedication.
I think this is called mania. I think I'm finally gonna nail it on my last tray. What I learned is I'm gonna do that same dusting, but then rather than turn the whole thing upside down, I'm gonna try to remove the backing while they're still like sitting upright.
Claire, these look great.
Thanks. It's my last batch.
Oh, these ones look, they're like a duck when they're taking a nap. You ever know when they go backwards and they like tuck their little head under their wing kind of?
That's good, right?
Sure. Where are the eyeballs, Claire? That's
oh
the
no,
easy part.
I've been waiting 3 days to do that, and we're finally
that's
there.
The victory lap.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that was probably the best one.
And they're
yet.
all together. That's very important.
Well, yeah, they all exist in their
string of ducks.
Ducks in a row. So now I'm gonna use chocolate, like milk chocolate. Do tiny little eyeballs.
Milk chocolate. That looks a little bit more like a little higher percentage.
Like dark chocolate? All right, we got dark. Never mind. I'm gonna use dark chocolate.
Temper that.
It's sitting over there. Absolutely not. The chocolate's melted. This is the part where I feel most confident because they're not gonna look quite so deranged and like wonky. I can do better than that.
You're so close.
All right, they look good. I'll say that. Overall, I think they turned out really well. Good stretch. I don't think I like the rose. The sugar overpowers the marshmallow, but the marshmallow flavor is so subtle that at least there's like any flavor at all, because there wasn't in the original, so. Good. Tastes like mango. Overall, I think the marshmallow is really good, satisfying, fun to eat. That's why I like marshmallows. They're just fun to eat. It's a fun texture. Blueberry, lavender, raspberry rose, lemon mango, green tea.
Mango.
Oh, go for it.
Right off the bat, they're much softer and fluffier. Peeps aren't flavored though, right? Are they?
They are not, unless you count like red number 4 as like a flavor. But it's not.
All the things that I said, that's what's happening here.
Yay, okay, good. I'm glad that was your expectation.
You got Ray-Bans on or something?
You want to try that one?
No.
That's you, when you come in with a hangover to work.
Not very
I'm Brad,
often.
I never get hungover.
No, I do.
Never.
Miserably. It's great, you nailed it.
Thank you.
The flavor is nice. You get the matcha.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Hey,
cool.
you guys just made me feel better.
Got a weird smell.
You like upgraded the Peeps.
That's the name of the game. I had a little issue with the beaks, so I put some sunglasses on them to make them look a little happier.
Looks more like a penguin.
The eyeballs are made of chocolate. I thought that was a nice touch.
It's good.
You taste lavender?
Definitely. Just a little bit of the blueberry. More lavender.
Ooh, very flavorsome.
Flavorsome.
Ooh, the texture is it's so much lighter.
So bouncy.
You succeeded so, like, resoundingly with those ones,
God.
and the flavors are such an improvement.
Thank you. Wow, that was... Seriously, people have never been nicer. That was really great. Okay. Cut. Here's how you make Gourmet Peeps. Use a Sharpie and straight edge to mark parchment paper with rows of 5 rectangles to match peep dimensions. Turn paper marker side down and place on rimmed baking sheets. Lightly dust with cornstarch and set aside. Soften 2 envelopes powdered unflavored gelatin in 130 grams cold water for about 10 minutes. Meanwhile, wipe out the bowl of the stand mixer fitted with a whisk attachment with white vinegar or a lemon wedge and add 4 large egg whites and a generous pinch of salt. Combine 200 grams granulated sugar, 100 grams corn syrup, and 80 grams water in a small saucepan. Bring to a boil over medium heat, stirring to dissolve. Clip a candy thermometer to the side of the saucepan and cook, swirling often and brushing down sides with a wet pastry brush. Right before mixture hits 145 Fahrenheit, start the mixer on medium-high to beat eggs to very soft peaks. When the thermometer registers 145, remove saucepan from heat and scrape in gelatin mixture. Swirl to dissolve. Increase speed to high and slowly stream sugar mixture into foamy eggs. Continue to beat until marshmallow mixture forms stiff, glossy peaks. Beat in 2 teaspoons vanilla extract and 2 teaspoons marshmallow root extract. Transfer mixture to 2 piping bags fitted with identical round pastry tips and pipe onto prepared baking sheets into peep shapes, flicking the pastry bag at the end to form a peaked beak. Cover with plastic, avoiding contact between plastic and marshmallow. Allow to set at least 4 hours. Grind granulated sugar in a spice grinder until finely milled but not powdered. Transfer to a bowl. Grind freeze-dried fruit and or flavored ingredient of your choice to a very fine powder and mix with ground sugar to create desired color and flavor. Sieve mixture, discarding larger particles. Dust Peeps all over with colored sugar and carefully peel off parchment, coating bottoms with more sugar and tapping off excess. Make eyeballs with melted chocolate. Eat before they start to weep.
So the whole point of peep jousting is you want to see which one remains intact without like blowing up.
Oh, I never microwaved it long enough to see that part. Okay. How long do you think?
Yours is out. Oh no!
Oh,
Okay,
yours
wait.
is...
I'm gonna put another minute on. Or a minute 10.
Whatever. All right.
Okay, should we call it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I still don't understand who the winner is.
Ooh, I don't know, Claire.
I think you won.
I think it's safe to call this a draw, although you seem to have struggled a little bit more.
It kind of smells like campfire marshmallow.
This looks like a turd.